What's happening, y'all? It's your boy, Brother David. I'm back on this thing. You know, we kind of busy and active today because it's Thursday, and of course, Craig Facts. I said on my last, you saw my last post or stream, actually, and that's pretty much what I'm doing tonight, guys. I'm just because both of these gentlemen are doing their regular shows, and of course, neither one of them want to drag out what happened. So I just want to get straight to the point. You know, I know a lot of my troll baby fans, they want to get to the bullshit. So, and that's kind of a joke because this is about to be Zoe Williams on his Zolo Mansions tonight going in, and he's not going to be on no bullshit. You already know that. I don't have to tell you. I've already watched it. So, you know, I'm not giving anything away. Anyone who knows Zoe or has been watching Zoe over the years, you should pretty much have figured out that he was going to come back taking the high road. And but I will say, just like in the other little quick clip that I played earlier of him talking about going live later on tonight for Mansions, and he went into some of the stuff. So you go to that other video, check that out as well. But yeah, he's going to take the high road. You already knew that. So let's go ahead and get into this thing. Let me play a little bit of, you know, as usual, some of my music in the background while I pull up this video. You feel me? You feel me? As always, Social Media Boutique sponsors the show. Let's go.
I'm not perfect, never have been. I take responsibility for all the fuck shit that I've done. One of the greatest fuck shits or fuck shit circumstances that I have participated in was the Aries Spears debacle. What you don't know about me is every time I lose my temper, I see it as a spiritual demotion. I have taught my son this. Every time I see or lose my temper, I see it as a spiritual demotion. I see it as a setback. And for a long time, I felt exceedingly bad about the Aries Spears situation. But the reality of it is, I didn't know the brother. The reality of it is, I talked to the brother off air. And off air, the brother was cool. He would listen when we were off air. I said, hey, man, please listen. Hey, brother, please listen to what Corey is saying. Follow his direction. But then once he got back on the air, he jumped back onto the crazy shit. I don't know him. I'm not a comedian, although I play one on TV. I crack jokes and I act silly, but not with people I don't know. The reason why me and Freeze didn't fight is because Freeze and I have over 25 years of friendship. When Freeze got divorced, I don't want to put too much of his business out there, but when Freeze got divorced, I love you, Freeze, and I don't mean no disrespect by this, but when he got divorced from his first wife, Freeze came to my house and slept on my floor because Freeze is my brother. And I love Freeze. And what y'all don't know is when we stepped outside of that motherfucking studio and we put our dukes up, Freeze said, man, I don't want to fight you. I said, I don't want to fight you either, dog. I love you. I love you too, brother. And what do? We hugged and went the fuck back in there. Freeze is one of my best friends. Whenever I see Freeze, it is nothing but love. It is nothing but appreciation. It is nothing but approval. It is nothing but support. But I'm going to tell you this. I ain't won every fight I was in, but I won a lot of them. You know why? Because niggas underestimated who they thought I was. I'm not one to be underestimated. I'm not one to be marginalized. I'm not one to be disrespected. I love my brothers. I do. I swear to God, I love my brothers and I love my sisters. Sisters, I know I haven't been the best to you. I know I haven't been the most appreciative of you. I know that sometimes it looks like I'm siding with fuck shit that is said about you. But I'm not. I genuinely love you. If you ever took the time to read one of my books, you gotta know that that shit ain't coming from a place of fuckery. If you've ever read The Relationship Dismount, How to Stick the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship, if you've ever taken my relationship masterclass, 5.5 hours, it's got homework in it. It's got printable homework in it. It's got a 25 book list. I've read thousands of books. If you've ever participated in what it is that I do, you'll know that I don't hate women. I had to learn to love women. I was disappointed in my mama because she couldn't do enough. And that's where the hate came from. I was disappointed in my mama because I felt like she failed me. But once I broke up with the expectations that I had for my mother, see, I had to realize that the expectations I had for my mother, she was incapable of providing. So it was wrong to put that fucking jacket on her. I had to realize I'm in relationship with my expectations of my mama. Once I break up with those motherfucking expectations of her, I can now see her as she is and approve of her wholeheartedly. This is who you are. I love you. My mother died in 2009, a few months before Michael Jackson. That was a hard year for me. I'm a Michael Jackson fan and I love my mama to death. But I felt so much love when she died because she wasn't in pain. I think I shed one tear. That's my mother's grandmother. That's my mother's mother right there. That's Nancy Bell. That's Big Mama's daughter. That's my mother. Right? When my mother passed in 2009, it was hard. It was hurtful. You don't know my business. You understand? It's none of your business who my woman is. It helps me heal. Right? It helps me heal. It helps me stand up. It helps me reflect back to me like, oh shit, Zoe, you still got work to do, brother. It's been a journey. That's why I love interfacing with my people, but I'm gonna tell you like this. You can only help the willing. You can only help the willing. You got motherfuckers out there talking about me like they know me, like we friends, right? Like we squad, like we teammates. Talking about how you talk about relationship and you not in one. You don't know my business. I know Hollywood. I don't tell my business. I don't bring my girl around. You understand? It's none of your business who my woman is. I'm not obligated to tell you who she is. She's part of my intimate life, not yours. It's motherfuckers out there talking. Zoe don't have no car. You heard that from another man who knew me at a time when I didn't have a car. Nigga, it's 2021. Huh? It's 2021. Did you know that? Privacy is important to me. Stop being a hoe ass nigga, regurgitating shit you got from a third party about a nigga you wish you were like. Stop regurgitating the words of rabble-rousers, of niggas who want to keep up shit, of niggas who want to keep up disrespect, of niggas who want to keep up angst. Stop regurgitating shit you've never experienced your motherfucking self. Niggas don't know a part of me. Niggas don't know my friends. I wish some of y'all did so they could tell you that's not the nigga to fuck with. Of all of us, he not the one to fuck with. You better get your Blammer. You better get that Got-Damnit. You better. I'm not the one to play with. I'm not. Never have been. Do you understand? I'm just not. I've never been built that way. I love my people. I love y'all. I love the ability to come on here and talk to y'all. Like I said, I take full responsibility for any misconception that you may have about me. I take full responsibility. Friends, associates, colleagues, if you don't know who the fuck I am, I apologize to you. I wasn't clear. But I hope this is clear. I will work with you. I will ride with you. Even after you do fuck shit to me, I will ride with you. I will walk with you through your process if you allow me to. But I will no longer allow disrespect. I believe that the climate was established for the Ari Spears situation. He's watching the show as a fan like everybody else. The climate had already been established. The established climate was fuck with this light-skinned nigga because he takes it. He's Mikey. He can take it because he been taking it. Oh, I guess that's the nigga to fuck with. Goes back to how I set it up in the beginning about radio. Radio taught me to let the leader lead. That's not my show. Let the leader lead. Follow the leader's example. But if the leader cast you in the light of weakness, if the leader casts you in the light of some fugazi bullshit ass nigga, then the guests that come on that motherfucker will also see you in that light and think you're supposed to take what the leader has dished out. I'm no longer doing that. I'm no longer doing that. The reality is the responsibility for the Aries Spears situation is a three-pronged space. Three-pronged. It's a three-headed monster, a three-headed dragon. Chiefly, it's on me. I shouldn't have went at that brother, period. I should have got up, left. I should have walked away. I should have just got up and walked away. I didn't do it, and it was a spiritual demotion for me. I'm the leader of that three-headed monster. But when you create a climate that says you can disrespect this man, the guest may come on and say, so can I. Three-headed responsibility. And the chief responsibility is mine. The other responsibilities are ancillary and tertiary. But the primary responsibility is mine. The primary responsibility belongs to me. The buck stops with me. Yes, I'm intelligent, but that's not something to be envious of. Yes, I'm articulate, but that's not something to be envious of. Just because somebody is articulate doesn't mean that they are contextually intelligent. The higher the intelligence, the more nuance to the conversation. The less there are declaratives. This is a definitive fact. The less you hear that. The more intelligent you are, the more there is pliability and flexibility in your conversation. Wherever you hear rigidity and black and white thinking, you're listening to an idiot. Someone who is not well read, someone who lacks context. Let's talk about being broke. I've been broke my whole life. But I'm wealthy. I'm wealthy. My 2-year-old granddaughter is talking already. I'm wealthy. She calls me Grandpapa. Hi, Grandpapa. Hi, Boo Bear. I came in the house one day, and she was sitting on the couch. And as soon as I walked in, she said, shh, shh, shh. I said, hi, baby. She said, shh, shh, shh. Be quiet. Don't talk to me. Be quiet. I said, oh, you being snippy. You being bad. Okay. So I walk in the kitchen, and I pull out a popsicle. She hears the wrapper opening. And what she tells her daddy, she says to my son, she says, I'm being good. See, that was her catchword because I always play the popsicle game. You got to be good if you want a popsicle. You got to be good if you want a popsicle. So she hears the wrapper opening, and then she looks at her daddy and says, I'm being good. I'm being good. And I walk in with the popsicle. She says, Papa, can I have a popsicle? I said, you weren't being good. She said, yes, I am. I'm being good. Can I have a popsicle? I said, ask your father if you can have a popsicle. Daddy, can I have a popsicle? He said, yes. I said, but you got to be good. You can't talk to Papa like that. You can't talk to me like that. You got to be nice. You got to be good. She said, okay, I'll be good. I'll be good. Can I have a popsicle? I said, yes, ma'am. That's where my wealth comes from. I may not have the money, right? I ain't got no bread. I may not have the money, right? I may be broke, but I'm wealthy, right? My daughter has healthy boundaries because I've been with her entire life. I lost what I believe to be my twin flame relationship.
I am so sorry. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm gonna play it back. I got to read this comment. These fools are crazy because I've been reading the comments while he was talking, and somebody said Corey wife getting piped by a nigga who Grady know. Right here. It's got to be some 5150 goons in there tonight. Because all the other ones have been encouraging and, oh, we love you, Zoe. Don't mess with Corey. You know, people. Corey wife getting piped by a nigga who Grady know. I know the nigga that raised your son and another nigga piping your wife.
Because I chose my children, and I chose my children in a disingenuous way. I was lying, but underneath I was afraid that I would be like my father if I chose the woman that I was with from 2005 to 2011. I was lying. I felt like, damn, you're going to be like your daddy if you choose this woman. I didn't understand that if I told the truth, I probably could have integrated the family. She probably would still be with me today. But it wasn't meant to be. So I poured into my children. So when I see my daughter and she has healthy boundaries, she never wants me to see her look ratchet or act hood. And she doesn't act hood. Do you understand? She doesn't act hood. She's a very integrous young woman, very intelligent. I see my success in her respect for me, what I think matters. Dad, are you going to show us how to feed our implements today? We need to know how to ask Eshu if he wants to be fed. What should we do when praying to our Eshu, when praying to our Ifa pot, when praying to Ogun? How do we do this? How do we acknowledge our ancestors? Dad, do you understand what I'm saying? For me, that is success. They're growing in their spirituality and asking me for mentorship. That is success. Do you understand that? That is success. That is power. That is meaning. Things don't give you meaning. Do you understand? Things don't give you meaning. Stop trying to be right and get in alignment. Everybody is right because the truth is subjective. I don't know if you heard what I said. Everybody is right because the truth is subjective. Because your truth is born from your perspectives. How you were raised, where you were raised, your educational background. Do you understand? But alignment has to do with spirit. You're not aligned spiritually. So conflict is constantly your companion. Conflict is constantly your companion. Conflict is constantly feeding your fucking decisions. Fear, ego, guilt, shame. That's how you can't be shameful and a man. A man represents freedom. You got to be free from hurt. You got to be free from pain. You got to be free from all the bullshit that you think is an inner enemy. If you're not free from any of that, you cannot experience healthy masculinity, healthy manhood. Healthy manhood is wealth. Healthy manhood is wealth. You see beauty where the dominant society sees something that is ugly. The dominant society told us our sisters was ugly. The dominant society told us that their women were beautiful. The dominant society told us that our skin was ugly. The dominant society tells us that the lighter you are, the squarer your jaw is, the more square the asymmetrical face you have, you're somehow beautiful. And what happens is round, full, brown gets marginalized. Colorism, poverty, transactional relationships, crabs in a barrel, fear, trust issues, envy, makes us all hoes to hurt. I'm not no hoe to hurt no more. I was a hoe. I was Hurt's hoe, but I'm not no more. I don't need to hurt nobody to feel like I'm somebody. I don't need to do that. In order for me to feel like I'm somebody, I want to help people. I want to lift people up. I want to coach people. I want to raise people up. I want to invest in people with my knowledge. I want to share with people the pitfalls that I've gone through, the fuck shit that I've been through, so it could serve as a lightweight template to keep you away from said fuckery. That is the purpose of what we're trying to do here. You can't love me if you don't love yourself. You can't appreciate me if you don't love yourself. You can't accept me if you don't accept yourself. You can't ride for me if you don't ride for the whole you. Hiding what needs to be worked on is not riding for yourself.
Corey.
I think I covered it. This ain't about nobody. I'm not talking to nobody in particular.
Except for you, Corey,
you
bitch
understand?
ass.
My first niece just hit me up. I love you, baby girl. She said, great message on your show tonight. Thank you, honey. My first niece, my sister's daughter. I was there when she was conceived.
It's been a journey, filled with blood, sweat, and tears. I never worry, because I have no fear. I'm a warrior. Yes, I'm a warrior.
Well, there it is, guys. There you have it. You probably saw that there was a few second little point at the very end where I was kind of fiddling around and I actually pulled up the logo again because, I mean, no disrespect to Zoke, and I really do mean that, but he started talking about his mom and I'm be honest with you, know what I'm saying? I'm not really trying to replay his whole podcast. I want you to go to the Zoe What Show. Okay, subscribe. That brother's doing his thing. He's been holding it down for years. Watch the whole show, man. It's a lot of incredible jewels, as one would expect from the brother Zoe. But I just wanted him to talk. I wanted to focus on the fuckery or his response to the fuckery. That's it for me, guys. Brother David, Angry Man, Social Media Boutique. We got this piece.